Welcome to Elderly Pathways, the place where we embrace the beauty of aging with grace, style, and comfort. Are you ready to discover how to transform your wardrobe, enhance your daily life, and step into your best self? From timeless footwear choices to embracing your unique style, we'll guide you through every step of the journey. It's time to live confidently, comfortably, and fabulously at every stage of life. Stay tuned and let's walk this path together. Ladies, I've learned an important style truth over the years. Our outfits don't start with the dress or blazer. It all begins with the shoes. I'm not a professional stylist by any means, but I'm passionate about helping women like us look and feel our best, especially after turning 50. For me, it was a game changer when I saw my friend Carol transform her entire presence just by changing her shoes. She wore the same outfits, but suddenly people started noticing her differently. It wasn't just the shoes, they were the catalyst for her entire look shifting. Her confidence skyrocketed, her energy became more vibrant, and the way people saw her completely changed. The impact of shoes goes beyond just style. They are a silent signal of how we feel about ourselves. They affect how we walk, how we carry ourselves, and ultimately, how others perceive our vitality. As we age, shoes become more than just a part of our outfit. They serve a deeper purpose. They provide comfort, support, and ultimately define the level of self-care we show to ourselves. That's why it's essential to pay attention to the kind of shoes we wear. Shoes aren't merely an afterthought. They're an extension of our personality, our confidence, and our energy. But here's the catch. Over time, we can fall into habits with our shoes, thinking that comfort is the key, when in fact, some of those very shoes might be doing more harm than good. As I look around, I see so many women, even those who appear to have mastered elegance, making a few common shoe mistakes. And I'm here to help you avoid those pitfalls by offering alternatives that will not only make you feel better, but also elevate your style effortlessly. Shoes are powerful. They speak volumes about who we are, how we feel, and how we take care of ourselves. By making a few changes to our footwear, we can make a dramatic shift in how we present ourselves to the world, without sacrificing comfort or style. So let's dive into some of the most common shoe mistakes I see women over 50 making, and how we can fix them, starting with a lesson I learned the hard way. The first mistake, holding on to those beloved comfort shoes that have seen better days. We all have that one pair, right? The ones we've worn until they've molded perfectly to our feet. We hold on to them because they feel like old friends. But here's the truth. Those worn-out shoes are doing more harm than good. They may be comfortable, but they're not giving your feet the support they need, and they're definitely not helping your posture. I had a pair of black loafers I wore for years. They were my go-to shoes for everything. Grocery runs, quick walks around the block, and even casual outings. They were so comfortable, but they had a problem. The heels were worn down, and the leather was cracked. Despite the clear signs of wear, I clung to them because they felt so familiar. It wasn't until my neighbor pointed out how much they had aged that I realized how much they were holding me back. In fact, I was hesitant to let go of them. But when I finally replaced them with a new, better quality pair, something surprising happened. 3 different people asked if I had lost weight. My look hadn't changed except for the shoes, but the effect was remarkable. The shoes gave me a new sense of presence. The transformation was subtle but undeniable. Now I want you to think about your own shoes. Do you have any old favorites you've held on to for far too long? Maybe they're not giving you the support you need, or perhaps they've become a crutch you've relied on because of comfort. It's time to let go of the old and embrace shoes that offer both comfort and style. So let's talk about a mistake that many of us, myself included, have made over the years. Holding on to those worn-out comfort shoes that have become almost like family. We all know the ones I'm talking about, right? Those shoes that have molded perfectly to our feet, the ones that feel like walking on clouds. You know you should probably let them go, but you can't bring yourself to do it because they're just so comfortable. I had a pair of black loafers I kept for a long time. They were worn out. The heels had thinned, the leather cracked, but they were the most comfortable shoes I had. For me, they were errand shoes. I wore them for everything. quick trips to the grocery store, dog walks, or just running a few errands. They didn't look great, but I felt I was getting the comfort I needed. But here's the thing, comfort doesn't always equal style, and in the long run, those beloved loafers were doing more harm than good. One day while I was wearing them, my neighbor Martha jokingly said, "Those must be the most comfortable shoes ever." What she meant, of course, was that they had seen better days. It stung a little, but I took it as a wake-up call. It made me realize that worn-out shoes, not only do they look tired, they can also affect your balance and posture, which can be a bigger issue as we age. The problem with keeping old shoes for too long is that they lose their shape and structure. Shoes that have been through countless walks, trips, and life events often end up sagging, with the arch support giving way and the sole thinning out. But more importantly, they don't offer the same support anymore. This subtle shift in how our shoes fit can change the way we walk and even affect our back and knee alignment. So while they might feel comfortable, they can actually contribute to problems down the road. Replacing these old shoes with newer, better quality options doesn't just improve your posture, it can actually enhance your overall presence. I experienced this firsthand when I finally let go of those loafers and replaced them with a new pair that offered both comfort and style. The difference wasn't just in how I felt, it was how I looked. People actually started noticing me differently. It's funny how shoes can have that kind of effect, isn't it? Now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with comfort, but the key is finding shoes that offer both comfort and style. You don't have to sacrifice one for the other. For example, brands like Clark's, Naturalizer, and Rothy's have mastered the art of making shoes that provide the comfort we need without compromising on appearance. The trick is to find your perfect fit in a refreshed version. Think about it. Your feet have carried you through life's adventures, so why not treat them to shoes that support both your style and comfort? By upgrading those worn-out comfort shoes to something new and more structured, you'll feel like a whole new version of yourself. Have you ever noticed that when you wear shoes that really support your feet, you stand taller, walk more confidently, and overall feel more energized? It's not just a coincidence. Your shoes directly influence how you carry yourself. So ask yourself, what worn-out favorites are you holding on to that might need to be replaced? It's time to let go and give your feet the respect they deserve. Let's talk about another common mistake that many women make when it comes to shoes: those poorly structured flats. We've all been tempted by them. You know the ones I mean. Those paper-thin ballet flats with flimsy soles that seem so appealing because they're easy to slip on, affordable, and found in almost every store. But as we age, the reality of wearing these types of flats changes. What used to be a comfy choice now becomes a foot fatigue nightmare. As we pass 50, something happens to our feet. They lose the natural cushioning we once had. It's like the built-in padding on the bottom of our feet starts thinning out. These flat shoes, which might have been perfectly fine when we were in our 30s, suddenly start causing more harm than good. They offer zero arch support, and the lack of cushioning between your feet and the pavement makes it feel like you're walking on concrete. Let me tell you about my friend Susan. She learned this lesson the hard way. She wore a pair of cute $25 flats to an outdoor wedding. By the end of the reception, she was sitting with her feet hidden under the table, in excruciating pain. She told me later, "I would have gladly paid $200 for comfortable shoes at that moment." That's the difference between flats that are poorly structured and those that are well designed to support your feet. You see, cheap flats often compromise on support and cushioning. A better option is to invest in quality structured flats. Yes, they might cost more up front, but they're engineered with features like cushioned footbeds, proper arch support, and thicker soles that maintain their shape. These types of shoes help distribute the weight more evenly, which prevents the fatigue and discomfort that you feel after a few hours in flimsy shoes. I know what you're thinking. I'm on a budget, I can't afford those high-end shoes. But the good news is there are affordable options that don't compromise on comfort. Brands like Aerosoles, Bionic, and DSW's Comfort section offer structured flats that provide the support we need without breaking the bank. One good pair that doesn't torture your feet will serve you far better than 5 pairs of cheap ones that leave you limping by the end of the day. When you find shoes that feel comfortable and still look elegant, you'll notice the difference immediately. Your feet will thank you, your posture will improve, and your overall confidence will shine. Comfortable shoes don't have to look orthopedic. They just need to be thoughtfully designed to support the natural structure of your foot while still looking stylish. Now let's be honest, no one enjoys wearing shoes that cause discomfort, especially as we age. And while we all want to look good, it's essential to remember that style doesn't have to come at the expense of comfort. It's all about finding the right balance. Shoes that support your feet and make you feel confident and put together. Take a moment to assess your own shoe collection. Are you still holding on to those flimsy flats that used to be your go-to? It might be time to let them go and find something that gives you both comfort and elegance. You deserve shoes that don't just look good on your feet, but also feel great after a day of wear. Now here's where I might stir the pot a bit. The next shoe mistake I see women making is wearing high-impact athletic shoes with everyday outfits. Don't get me wrong, those chunky running shoes are perfect for the gym or a morning walk. But when you pair them with a stylish pair of slacks or a gorgeous sweater, there's a disconnect that undermines the entire look. I see it all the time. A woman dressed to the nines, her hair perfectly styled, her outfit polished, except for the neon-colored bulky running shoes on her feet. Suddenly, that stylish look is sabotaged by shoes that scream, "I'm going to the gym." It's a mismatch that doesn't have to happen, especially when there are so many comfortable, yet stylish alternatives available. Now, I know this from personal experience. After my knee replacement surgery, I quickly learned how crucial comfortable footwear became. But I also realized that there was a middle ground between those heavy-duty running shoes and still looking put together. My neighbor Jane, for instance, had been suffering from plantar fasciitis and believed that wearing her bulky athletic shoes was her only option. It wasn't until I introduced her to more stylish walking shoes with sleek profiles that everything changed. Brands like Echco, Allbirds, and even Skechers Go Walk line offer the same level of support and comfort without looking like you're preparing for a workout. These shoes come in neutral colors and have sleek profiles, making them an excellent alternative for everyday wear. The transformation in Jane's appearance was striking. Same comfort, totally different impression. And let's not forget about women with more serious foot concerns like bunions or arthritis. Brands like Hoka have developed options that provide medical-grade support, yet still come in the stylish designs that can easily blend with daily outfits. It's not about sacrificing comfort for style. It's about finding the right shoe that does both. So the takeaway here is simple. Just because a shoe is designed for athletic performance doesn't mean it should be worn for every occasion. Athletic shoes are fantastic for exercise, but for daily outings, we need to strike a balance. Comfort should always be a priority, but there's no reason why it can't go hand in hand with a well-thought-out, stylish look. When I say stylish alternatives, I mean shoes that complement your outfits without drawing too much attention. Think of shoes that don't shout, "I'm wearing sneakers," but instead whisper, "I'm comfortable and put together." For instance, a sleek pair of slip-on shoes, comfortable flats with a supportive sole, or even low-profile walking shoes can seamlessly blend with almost any outfit. These alternatives allow you to walk with ease, while still looking chic and sophisticated. As women over 50, we've earned the right to feel comfortable, but we also want to look effortlessly stylish. There's no reason why we can't have both. So if you find yourself reaching for those bulky athletic shoes as your go-to footwear for everyday outfits, it might be time to reconsider and look for options that provide the same level of comfort, but with a more refined, fashionable appearance. Let's talk about another style mistake that many of us have made at some point: uncomfortable stilettos. Oh, those gorgeous high-heeled shoes that look so elegant in the closet, but the moment we put them on, they become a source of pain. I'm sure we've all experienced that moment when we thought, "I'll just tough it out for this event," only to find ourselves discreetly slipping off our heels under the table because the pain became unbearable. There's this myth that to look elegant, we have to endure discomfort, especially with shoes. But as we get older, we start to realize that this no pain, no gain approach doesn't really work for us anymore. High stilettos, while they may elongate our legs and give us that sleek, elegant look, can cause long-term damage to our feet, knees, and even our backs. After all, our feet have already walked thousands of miles over the years. Why continue to punish them? I want to share a story about my friend Diane. She was the queen of high heels, always wearing 4-inch pumps to charity galas, weddings, and dinner parties. While everyone around her was wincing in discomfort, Diane powered through it like a trooper. But when she turned 62, her podiatrist showed her an X-ray of her feet, revealing the lasting effects of decades of wearing stilettos. The damage was shocking. Her foot structure had become distorted. The moment she saw that X-ray, Diane realized it was time to rethink her approach to heels. The good news is that you don't have to sacrifice elegance for comfort. You can still achieve that leg elongating effect without the agony. Kitten heels, for example, are a fantastic alternative. They provide just enough height to make you feel graceful without compromising your comfort. A 1 to 2 inch heel with a pointed toe can visually extend your leg line in a way that's just as beautiful as stilettos, but without the strain on your feet. And then there are block heels, another amazing option. Block heels are more stable and they distribute your weight more evenly, making them a far more comfortable choice for those long nights or events where you have to stand or walk a lot. Brands like Naturalizer, Clark's, and Cole Haan have mastered the art of creating comfortable elevation. The moment Diane switched to a more comfortable heel, she experienced an incredible transformation. She said, "I finally feel graceful. Before I looked elegant but moved awkwardly. Now I look elegant and move smoothly." Isn't that what we all want? Not just to appear confident, but to feel confident with every step we take? This shift is liberating. It's not about trying to look 30 again. It's about embracing the best version of yourself. The best version of elegance is one that's comfortable and sustainable, without the constant battle against pain. If you still have those towering stilettos gathering dust in your closet, it might be time to reevaluate them. Can you still wear them for a few minutes at an event, or are they just too painful now? Instead of holding on to shoes that hurt you, consider exploring options that give you the same elevated look, but without the discomfort. Kitten heels, block heels, or even wedges can give you the same chic style with a lot more comfort. So if you're wondering whether it's time to let go of your stilettos, take a moment to reflect on how much they've truly served you. Do they enhance your confidence, or do they make you feel more awkward and uncomfortable? The right shoes should make you feel poised and graceful, not tense and in pain. Trust me, you deserve to feel comfortable while looking fabulous. 906. Let's dive into one more footwear mistake that many of us make, especially during the summer months. Wearing flimsy, unsupported sandals. Ah, summer, the time for lighter clothes, outdoor gatherings, and the easy breezy feeling of slip-on sandals. But here's the thing. In our pursuit of comfort and convenience, we often sacrifice foot support, and those ultra-thin, barely there sandals can end up doing more harm than good. I've noticed that summer sandals are often the culprits behind many of our foot woes. The sandals with little arch support, no cushioning, and flimsy straps might feel comfortable for the first few hours. But by the end of the day, they're a source of frustration. Without proper structure, your toes end up gripping with every step, which not only strains your feet, but also messes with your posture. This can lead to tension that travels all the way up to your neck and back. And trust me, it's not just your feet that suffer. Your whole body feels the consequences. I remember the summer my sister Patty went through several months of persistent lower back pain. She couldn't figure out what was going wrong, but after visiting her physical therapist, it clicked. Every time she switched to her flimsy summer sandals, her back pain would flare up. The therapist explained that the lack of support in those sandals was throwing off her gait, and as a result, her whole body was compensating. Once she realized this connection, Patty made a simple change. She switched to more structured sandals that didn't look orthopedic, but still offered the support her feet desperately needed. Now, I'm not saying that sandals need to be rigid and unattractive. There are plenty of stylish options out there that offer both comfort and visual appeal. For example, brands like Vionic, Inai, and even Birkenstock have redefined the summer sandal. No longer do they look like something your grandmother would wear. These brands have embraced modern styles that support your feet beautifully while still looking current and chic. They've evolved beyond the crunchy granola image to offer sandals that are both functional and fashionable. For those of us with specific foot concerns, whether it's bunions, metatarsal pain, or swelling, there are sandals that cater to those needs. Some come with wide toe boxes for extra space. Others feature built-in metatarsal pads to ease pressure on the ball of your foot, and adjustable straps provide relief for swollen feet. These features not only make the sandals more comfortable, but also ensure that your feet are well supported throughout the day. And here's a trick I learned along the way. Metallic neutrals like soft gold, pewter, or bronze don't just add a touch of glamour to your look, they also elongate your legs visually while pairing effortlessly with everything in your wardrobe. They're like jewelry for your feet, elevating even the most casual outfits. After I upgraded my own summer sandals, something surprising happened. A younger colleague asked me where I got my shoes. I was flattered. Here I was, wearing sandals that were both comfortable and stylish, and someone thought they were cool. It was the ultimate compliment. And honestly, isn't that the goal? To feel comfortable, confident, and stylish all at once? So if you're still holding on to those old flip-flops or flimsy sandals that lack support, it might be time for an upgrade. Your feet deserve better, especially now that we're more aware of how important foot health is. Not only will better sandals support your feet, but they'll also help prevent unnecessary pain and discomfort, allowing you to enjoy your summer days without the worry of aching feet. If you've already made the switch to more structured sandals, I'd love to hear about your experience. What brands or styles have worked best for you? Sharing our discoveries helps all of us find that perfect balance of comfort and style. Winter boots, now there's a footwear category that presents its own set of challenges. As much as we need warmth and traction during the colder months, those oversized, bulky snow boots can make us feel like we're walking in shoes that were designed for a different purpose altogether. I'm sure many of us have faced that dilemma. Do we opt for freezing, fashionable boots or wear the clunky moon boot style boots to stay warm? Neither seems ideal, right? I live in Chicago, where winter is a serious business. For years, I thought my only choices were to either endure the cold in stylish but impractical boots or suffer through bulky boots that added visual weight to my outfit. Neither option was appealing, but that all changed when my neighbor Barbara, always looking so put together, even in February, showed me her secret. Streamlined, waterproof leather boots with hidden insulation. They look like regular fashion boots, but performed like snow gear. The difference was night and day. The shape of a boot can dramatically affect how your entire outfit looks. If you're wearing bulky boots, they tend to visually shorten your legs and add unnecessary weight to your overall appearance. On the other hand, a sleeker, more refined boot creates cleaner lines that flow better with your winter layers. A boot that's both functional and fashionable can make all the difference, especially in harsh winter conditions. When it comes to winter footwear, there's no need to choose between practicality and style. Brands like Aquitalia, Lenadian, and Blondo have made strides in creating waterproof, insulated boots that still maintain a refined shape. These boots offer both warmth and style, keeping your feet protected without sacrificing elegance. For milder winters, water-resistant ankle boots with room for thick socks work beautifully, offering both coverage and comfort. I've found that a streamlined riding boot style, one that hits just below the knee, works perfectly with skirts, dresses, and pants, providing more coverage against cold winds while still allowing me to look polished and chic. The deep black, rich brown, or even a deep burgundy color adds a touch of sophistication and versatility, making them a staple in my winter wardrobe. These boots do all the heavy lifting, keeping me warm and stylish, and they've become my winter heroes. The most wonderful compliment I've received during the cold months is when people say, "You always look so put together in winter." The truth is, it's really all about the boots. They're the unsung heroes of my winter wardrobe, elevating my entire look while keeping me comfortable in the snow and chill. But what about you? Have you found the perfect winter boot that balances both style and function? I know that winter footwear can often feel like a struggle to find the right fit, so I'm always looking for new recommendations and ideas. Share your favorites, and together, we can make this winter stylish and warm without sacrificing one for the other. Now let's talk about a footwear trend that's been hard to escape in recent years. Those bold, eye-catching, super trendy statement shoes. You know the ones I'm talking about. Shoes with oversized studs, unusual heel shapes, or colors that suddenly dominate the fashion scene. They're tempting, aren't they? I've fallen for them too. I remember last year, I bought those transparent mules that were all the rage. They were expensive, and I convinced myself they were investment pieces. But after just 3 wearings, they ended up in the back of my closet, and I still feel a little regret every time I see them. The problem with trendy shoes is that they often don't stand the test of time. While they may look great when you first buy them, a year later, you're left with something that's no longer in style, and frankly, doesn't really go with anything in your closet. It's the same dilemma we all face when we chase fleeting trends. We end up with a collection of shoes that might have been in at one point, but now feel out of place. After decades of both successful and regrettable footwear purchases, I've come to a conclusion. After 50, we look most confident and elegant in shoes that aren't trying too hard to make a statement. That doesn't mean we have to wear boring shoes, though. It just means we need to be intentional about our choices. My friend Helen, who always looks effortlessly stylish, shared her brilliant approach with me. She builds her shoe collection around timeless styles made from excellent materials, and then she adds one thoughtfully chosen modern element. For example, she might buy a classic loafer in a rich currant color or a timeless ankle boot with an interesting texture. A simple sandal with an architectural heel can elevate a summer outfit while still feeling fresh. Helen asks herself, would I still want to wear this in 2 years? If the answer is no, she passes on it. And it's a mindset I've adopted as well. Shoes that make a statement should do so with subtlety, with an interesting buckle or an updated shape, not by screaming for attention. The beauty of choosing timeless yet modern shoes is that they provide a sophisticated, current look without the risk of becoming outdated. For women over 50, it's about showing the world how beautiful and graceful we are at this stage of life, not trying to look like we're 30 again. We want to embrace the elegance of maturity while still keeping our style fresh and up to date. Subtle details make all the difference. A touch of unexpected color, a unique design feature, or a well-chosen texture can elevate even the simplest shoe. I've realized that these simple, timeless pieces are the ones I return to again and again. A well-chosen pair of shoes that balances elegance and modernity has the power to transform an outfit and, more importantly, how you feel in it. The beauty of this approach is that it's not about chasing trends. It's about creating a shoe collection that reflects who you are right now, sophisticated, confident, and comfortable in your own skin. So what about you? Have you ever regretted buying a pair of trendy shoes that didn't stand the test of time? Or have you found that perfect pair that transcends trends and has become a timeless piece in your wardrobe? I'd love to hear about your experiences with trendy shoes. Together, we can build collections that help us feel stylish and confident without the pressure of chasing the next big thing. Let's talk about a shoe trend that has captured attention for the past few seasons. Clear plastic shoes. These transparent, futuristic-looking shoes have been popping up everywhere, from fashion runways to casual street style. At first glance, they seem like a great way to add a modern, edgy twist to your outfit. I'll admit, I was tempted by a pair of transparent sandals with a clear block heel. They looked so sleek and minimal in the store, almost like I was walking on air. But I quickly realized that there were more downsides than I anticipated. Have you ever worn plastic shoes on a warm day? If you have, you might know exactly where I'm going with this. As your feet warm up inside the plastic, condensation starts to build up. The inside of the shoes fogs up and your feet start slipping around. It's uncomfortable and frankly, it doesn't look great. It's as if fashion has turned into a functional nightmare. Not to mention, clear plastic shoes often highlight parts of our feet we prefer to keep a little more private. They're transparent, every detail is visible, and for many of us, that's just not the look we want to go for. When I saw a woman at an outdoor wedding reception desperately trying to wipe the condensation from her clear heels, I couldn't help but feel sympathy. By the second hour of the event, her feet were sliding around inside the shoes like she was on ice. And all I could think was, there has to be a better option. And there is. Instead of clear plastic shoes, consider alternatives that still offer that modern architectural vibe, but with more comfort and practicality. Shoes with cutout details in leather, woven raffia sandals that provide visual lightness, or metallic finishes can give you that contemporary look without the discomfort or questionable aesthetics of plastic. These options offer a similar fresh and airy feel, but they don't come with the same issues that clear plastic shoes bring. The idea is to embrace modern, minimalist designs that still show off a bit of personality without sacrificing comfort or function. Let's face it, our feet have been through a lot over the years. They've carried us through countless steps, adventures, and life milestones. It's time to choose shoes that honor our feet and our style. And here's the thing, plastic shoes are not only impractical, but they also often feel a bit cheap when compared to well-made alternatives. Leather, for example, is breathable and durable, and it ages beautifully. It molds to the shape of your foot, offering a much better fit over time. So instead of opting for the latest clear plastic trend, look for shoes made with materials that are not only stylish but also functional. It's also worth considering the longevity of your footwear. Transparent shoes might look stylish for a season or two, but they're not timeless. Shoes that are made of leather, suede, or other quality materials tend to stay relevant and continue to look sophisticated year after year. When you invest in quality, you're making a choice that will serve you for much longer than a trend-driven purchase. So let's move away from the plastic trend and embrace styles that provide both form and function. Your feet deserve shoes that are as practical as they are beautiful. And the good news is, you don't have to compromise on style to get comfort. There are countless chic alternatives that will not only make your feet feel great, but will also have you walking with confidence, knowing your shoes are both practical and fashionable. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Elderly Pathways for more content that helps you look and feel your best at every stage of life. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Let's continue this journey together. Comfort, style, and confidence await.